Good morning, all. Hope everybody had a good weekend. The beautiful wife, Newt, is up driving. She's got the helm. I'm back here in the sleeper. Just finished a 11-hour shift. Coming across New Mexico. We should be home this evening, which is good news. And something I wanted to talk about. I was going to talk about taxes this week, but something got in the way. What I saw the other night on the news about the Royal Canadian Mounted Police and the Ottawa Police coming in and arresting all those truckers, my brother and sister truckers up there in Canada, the last few days. Not only angered me, it worried me a lot. And here's a few reasons why. Now I have to go full transparency here. In my previous life, I was a police officer. So this isn't really easy for me to say. But there's reasons why I'm no longer a cop. And no, I wasn't fired. I left of my own volition because I just couldn't enforce unjust and unconstitutional laws anymore. It's just like I couldn't good conscience do it. So almost 20 years ago now, I left the job, and now I'm driving truck with the wife. But be that as it may, what I really got me thinking today, or over this weekend actually, it was really bothering me, and it's not only the threat to our freedoms. I mean, it's a heavy-handed, after 9/11, it's about militarization of the police. I mean, what the hell does a local police department or a local sheriff's office need with MRAP or armored personnel carriers or Humvees and all this military equipment? I mean, hell, I saw those cops on TV and they had more gear and they were geared up better than I was in Afghanistan. You know, this just blew my mind. And to peacefully protest and go through with riot gear and SWAT gear, to peacefully protest people, that's Nazism, that's fascism. I mean, pure and simple, that's what it is. I mean, there's no getting around it. That's just pure evil. You know, people protesting have a right to protest. You know, it says it right. I mean, leaving Canada out of it, I mean, it's saying it right in our own Constitution, the First Amendment. We have the right to peacefully assemble and redress our grievances with the government. Now, they're going to come in, lock you up for peacefully assembling, seize your bank accounts, you know, throw you in jail. I mean, no bail, just lock you up. I mean, that's what the Patriot Act does. You have nothing to go for. You have not a leg to stand on. The government can do whatever it wants. And it bothered me to the core. And here's my other point. Now, again, I'm going to say something. Don't type any rude replies, but be careful with when you say you support the blue. There's good cops, there's bad cops, and I respect all cops, but when the rubber hits the road, right where the rubber hits the road, when it really comes down to it, who's going to be the ones coming to take our Second Amendment away? Who's going to be coming to take our guns away? It's not going to be the feds. It's not going to be. There's not enough feds to do it. So they are going to have the state, the local, and the county police or sheriffs come to your door to take your guns, close down your gun shops, seize all your weapons. They're the ones going to be doing it. Now, long gone are the days of officer friendly. I mean, Sheriff Andy Taylor and Mayberry is long gone. He's dead, unfortunately. We have police officers out there that will follow any order, no matter how absurd and how ridiculous it is and how unconstitutional it is. They don't believe in the letter of the law. They believe in the letter of the law, not the spirit of the law. And I saw it. I lived in Australia for several years. It's like that now in Australia. It's like that now in Canada. Oh, well, the law says this. So, no, well, yeah, that law, it may be law, but if the law is unjust or immoral, it's our duty to disobey. That's what being a libertarian is about. My freedom is more important than anybody's safety. I would prefer to live in a dangerous freedom than a safe slavery. And nowadays, I mean, the cops of 25, 30 years ago are gone. They're not going to sit there. We used to be called peace officers. We weren't law enforcement officers where I was. We were called peace officers. We came and kept the peace. That was the whole reason why one became a cop, you know. You didn't want to lock anybody up. You wanted to sort it out and get it adjudicated at the scene, so no laws were, you know, so nobody went to jail, no court costs, you know, lawyers and all that. You just wanted to keep the peace. That's your whole job. Now it's, oh, well, the law says this, so you're going to jail. No matter what. Oh, you did this. It could be a slight infraction, but the law says you should be in prison, so you're going to go to jail. When, you know, a stern talking to in a ride home would have probably solved the problem. Now you just ruined this guy's life. You know, the same way. You know, like marijuana. You shouldn't do marijuana. So here, it'll ruin. You shouldn't do marijuana. So because it'll ruin your life. So now here you have marijuana. So I'm going to arrest you and destroy your life. Instead of just saying, take a walk, pal. And I'm not even going to go about the legalization right now, about the irony, and I love irony, about marijuana. The governments are, now I have no problem with marijuana. I think it should be legal anyway, but this is my point with the irony is, the government says, well, there's a huge black market in marijuana, so we'll legalize it and tax it, and then we'll get rid of that black market. So they did what most governments do. They legalized it, then taxed the shit out of it and over-regulated it, creating another black market. So they didn't solve anything, which is par for the course for the government, because the government cannot solve anything. They destroy everything. So getting back where I was coming from, what I was saying is, make sure that your local law enforcement, I mean, if you have friends that are cops, talk to them about it. Say, hey, look, if you're actually given this order, what will you do? Because I actually left my job. I had a good job. I was vested in the pension. I left my job because I could not, in good conscience, do it anymore. That's the kind of principles I have. I swore an oath twice. Once when I was in the Army, and second time when I went on the police department, to uphold and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And to me, that still holds, that's very important to me. That holds true in my heart. So ask your friends that are cops, hey, Phil, hey, Jane, if you're ever given an order to do this, what will you do? Call your local sheriff. I know my county sheriff is a patriot, and he believes in the Constitution. He told me it's the Constitution and his constituents. The federal government could go blank themselves. So that's where it stands in my county, where I live in Arizona. He's for the Constitution and the constituents of the county. That was very, very good news to me. So he's for the Constitution and our personal freedoms and for the Second Amendment. Okay, then that's all I really got to say right now. I'm going to try to talk about taxes next week. That's another doozy of a episode. Just keep on stacking your food, beans, bullets, anything you can get your hands off. Gold, silver. Buy yourself gold and silver. Buy the rounds. Don't buy the ingots. Buy the rounds. Buy the coins, silver coins, gold coins. They're easier to barter. And here's a couple more precious metals: lead, copper, and brass in combinations, if you know what I mean. So beans, bullets, spam, rice, get it, stack it to the ceiling. And that's about it. You guys have a safe day, and I'll catch you on the flip-flop.